But I was at Mom's all day, and I didn't have this with me because I was helping her do some holiday decorating. But what I'm continuing with now is the outlining, which originally I had limited to these circles that go around the ring. But what I've decided is, I always keep a bunch of needles threaded so I don't have to keep changing. What I've decided, you can see these figures that I had these empty, and there really was just these rings filled in. But I've decided to go ahead and outline all the drawing lines on all the figures. There's two reasons for this. Number one, it's the tension of the stitch is helping to even out the surface here. The more stitch you take, the more the fabric pulls in. And since these are so dense here, the extra outlining is starting to even everything out really nicely. But the other reason, you can see here what I've started to do. I was filling in sections with dense stitch, but I'm also, and that's what I call the sketch part of Stitch Sketch, which is filling in the sketch with stitch. But I'm moving also into the sketch part, which is really filling in the sketch with patch. And I'm going to get to that later. You can see I've started to fill in some of the spaces with fabric. So it's going to be kind of a combination of stitch and patch. But what I want to do is, you can see I've even started to outline where I had left it blank. I feel on a cloth this big, the outline I think is going to make things seem a little bit more visible. And that it's going to give me places to fill in with either stitch or patch, but it's just going to make the whole thing a little clearer. So I've decided to stick with the brown. And, I don't usually use brown so much, but since it's my theme, I thought the brown might fit in nicely. And I'm using 3 strands here, 2 or 3. You can change that depending on what fabric you're sewing on and how much it's going to show. But I'm going to work my way around to that figure of the woman on the corner. And just for this section, you can see I'm intersecting the rings here as the figure moves into the different levels. And I think when I go back, I can patch right over this line and not use it at all, but it's going to give me a guide, I think. So I'm going to work my way over, stitching all the lines till I get over to this section here. I'll probably work on that through tomorrow, and then I'll start filling in some of the spaces around and try to start building her in some kind of detail. So I'm at a point where I've got a lot of repetitious things to do on this cloth. So while I'm working on this, I think I'll just I'll do this in the background and perhaps take a look at the other cloth. Maybe it's time to dye those corners in the walnut.